You watch Rick, and you turn it off, you're like, that guy's weird. Like, you remember him. And, you know, that's interesting, because I have said to people who, you know, other actors who have started out, I've said, your job is not to be good. Don't listen to your acting coaches and your drama coaches and your drama universities that you go to. Your job is not to be good. Fuck being good. Be memorable. That's your job. There's too much competition. If you're not memorable, you're not gonna work. You're not gonna work for a long time. You may work here and there, and you may go along and trudge along in these little roles and everything, but you've got to be memorable. And being memorable does not always mean being good. It means being unique and being different. And it's interesting in that regard. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I was just wondering.
I just want to tell you that I'm drinking coffee, so by the end of this thing, if I'm like, okay.
Most of us are all excited too. I was just wondering, I've been into the show forever, like Stargate SG-1 since I was 6, well, since it came. And
I didn't know the show ran that long.
since I was 6, yeah, it's been that long. And I get into arguments sometimes about like who is the best commander for Atlantis. But you never were. So this is my question to you.
Was it?
Well, you were.
No, I know.
You were
Yeah.
the favorite, but you weren't technically commander of Atlantis. So who do you think was the best? Or do you think
Of Atlantis?
Of Atlantis, yeah. Not
Oh,
of your
there's
team.
only, there's 3. No, there's 2.
There's Carter, and then there was.
I guess Bob, Picardo,
Yeah.
Amanda,
And then.
and Tori.
Yeah.
Oh, between the 3, I have to choose.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
I just choose. I walk backstage and I get chewed apart.
Just be careful.
Who's here? Is it Bob?
Bob.
Bob's the best. Without a doubt. No question. It's kind of a rhetorical question, really.
Okay. But would you have wanted to let your character be actually commander of Atlantis, or were you just?
That wasn't important.
No, you were happy to.
In fact, actually, no. I think the important thing is that he has a level. He had to answer to the man.
Yeah.
And that's important for the character, because my character represents more of the everyday guy who has to answer to the man.
Yeah.
So when you say, fuck the man, everybody's like, yeah, this is right, fuck the man.
But if you are.
Everybody can relate to it, right? If you're the man, it's a little different. And, by the way, excuse my language, is there children here? Okay. Fuck them anyways, and so, yeah, I never even thought that way. And it's interesting because Tori really was upset that she wasn't on these missions.
Yeah.
She wanted to be on the missions.
Yeah.
But not because she really wanted to be on the mission so much creatively, it is that she would go in and shoot all of her stuff out in 1, maybe 2 days per episode. And then she would feel like she was not an integral part of the show. But the truth is, when you cut it together and you look at it, she was very much an integral part of the show. And she didn't have to get stuck in the woods with people like David Hewlett. There were benefits here.
Yeah.
And so she really, it was hard for her. But I think mostly it's hard when you're in a city that you don't live in and you've got 4 or 5 days off. And it's raining all the time, really, in Vancouver, so you've got that element. And I think that she just didn't like that type of thing. And despite us all saying, you have the best work schedule ever, keep it. And, you know, I think, you know, grass is always greener. Grass is always greener on each side. So I was upset when they got rid of Tori because, well, for a whole host of reasons. I'm very loyal and I feel very protective of the cast. And I love them. And so, you know, I don't like to see them become pawns, you know, getting hired and fired. And I know how much it means to them, you know. And so I also think that she was really good at it. And I actually, in some ways, she was so serious. And I was so not serious that I thought that was a good kind of contrast. So, yeah, I was upset about that. And to be honest with you, and Amanda and I know each other well, and I love Amanda. I didn't want Amanda on the show for one reason, because I love her to death. I didn't want it to become Stargate SG2.
Right.
Because I thought that was important, because I think SG1 had run its course, or could continue to run its course on its own, but it would be a mistake to reboot this and make it a de facto extension of SG1. And, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think that's kind of what happened, because we didn't really get new writers per se. They put Amanda on the show, and they would, in the writing room sometimes, be like, oh yeah, why don't we have an episode where the planet blows up or something, and then somebody would say, we did that already. Episode 137 of SG1. They had forgotten how many stories they had told,
right.
and they began recycling some of them accidentally.
Oh, because Amanda was...
Yeah, and I was like, whoa, yeah, we need a little freshness here.
Yeah, sure.
But having said that, Amanda is like
Awesome.
amazing to work with and so much fun, and that was my only issue. It had nothing to do with Amanda. And but wait a minute, Bob and Amanda were on the show at the same time, so who was in charge? You can tell I really paid attention to who was in charge.
I'll let you know. First, Tori was in charge, and then she died. And, well, not the actor, but the character. And then Amanda Tapping came in and was commander of the base for a year, and then she left and Mosley took over.
She left him what?
Bob took over.
But she didn't really leave. I mean, she did kind of leave. You're right.
She got stuck back on Earth, and then Bob Picardo went to Atlantis and became the commander.
Yeah.
But they were on the show at the same time, doing different things.
That's why I said Bob is the best. Bob came from Star Trek, as you know, and that's the beauty of things, is that he had, but that's what's cool about our show, is that they like sci-fi actors from other shows. We did Firefly people. I begged them to put Morena Baccara on the show. And they did for one episode on SG1, but I was like, oh, don't do that, put her on our show, she's awesome. So, yeah, I miss the camaraderie of the whole thing, and mostly I miss being able to give shit to everybody, as I'm sure they miss giving it to me, but apparently it sounds like they get to do it on stage when I'm not here. In case you haven't seen Paul McGillian or David Hewlett, when they do me, when they pretend like they're Joe, they have a really high-pitched voice. Hey, can I get off? I want to catch a plane at 3. I'm like, I don't sound like that. So I miss that. Incredible camaraderie. We're lucky, 100 episodes, and everybody walked away on the cast and crew. We all loved each other. I mean, it was really a nice feeling. So,
thank you.
You bet. So there's what is it, Actors Studio with James Lipton? Yeah. When I'm up here answering questions about my life as an actor, I always feel like it's Actors Studio.
Jewel.
You're like, I don't care. In 1937, when I was doing Shakespeare in the Park. Sorry.
Jewel Strait came to Comic-Con, I think this year, and I had asked her if she had the choice between McKay or...
Who did you ask?
Jewel Strait.
Oh, Jewel, yeah.
Jewel. Either McKay or Ronan, who would she kind of go for? She said neither. And I asked who would she go for? She said Shepard. So...
That was a storyline we clearly didn't explore.
So, if it did happen, would you have went along with it?
Oh, yes. You notice how few girls I got? What's up with that? Like, Kirk gets all the girls. I should have kirked out. I should have been like,